What's up, guys? In the video today I want to show you a little bit more about how we make the frames. What's the process? So beside the design, which is one of the most important parts and the one actually takes a lot of time because we are checking on the software the best solution versus the best performance. We always have a goal, which performance we want to reach, and we also work kind of slowly to get there. Normally, as a company philosophy, we don't change a bike model, just like drastically. Normally, we just move step by step over the year to improve that performance and actually to achieve that goals we are always looking for. One of the most important part of the prototyping, it's the molds we start making. Like, this is the first one. It's is coming out after the drawing. So once we define the drawing, we actually make the first frame in 3D printer. So as you can see, this one is made in Derling, which is a plastic material, kind of Teflon plastic, made with a 3D printer, and this helps us a lot because it has the same proportion, dimension, and geometries, and even weight, same than the standard one, right? Same than the carbon fiber one. So this allowed us to see if everything we are seeing on the drawing is exactly how it looks like. So before start actually making the molds, because they are CNC built, which is kind of expensive, and once it's already done, it's already done. So when you start manufacturing a frame and you need to go back on the molds to modify something, it's always a waste of time and money. So the 3D printed frame is actually a very good solution for us. We do all the drawing. Every frame is being developed in California in collaboration with Airust. With Airust, we do all the drawing and all the design every time we want to get a new frame on our lineup. And then the 3D printer actually is made in San Francisco in collaboration with Arrivo. So they made this product for us, and so we have also all the other part, the real triangle. We put the real suspension, the real linkage, and everything, even bearings in it. There's a spot for the bearing in, so it looks like a regular frame. And so we are able to make a dynamic study about the frame, to see all the internal routing of the cable, to check absolutely everything about the frame before actually really make the molds. So this is one of the early stage of the prototyping. After that, we are going to actually make the mold and make the first carbon fiber frame. So this is the output. This is already readable frame. Already, we see this one's used is when we made the new Mac. So this is one of the latest prototype. So when it comes out, the first one is on the carbon lamination optimization, which is mean we are doing what we know best about carbon lamination. Of course, we have our patented lunar. In this case, is high modulus fibers, and what we see with this prototype, actually, it's on the early stage, is to see if the carbon lamination can be more efficient, so the frame can be stiffer, lighter, depending what's the goal we are reaching, because every section, every tube of the frame have a different role in the overall performance. So depending on what's the tube, what's the purpose of that, what the goal we want to reach, so we are checking different carbon structure and carbon lamination to reach that goal. Because one thing is to set that goals on the paper, and another thing is to have in the real life. So this is what helped us most to check and see if we are working on the right way. Beside that, we assemble the frame when the carbon lamination is already set. We already reached the goals of what we want to from the performance perspective. Then we assemble the frame and we write it. And the first who write this, we have a kind of testing group, but sometimes our professional writers also trying it. Some customers that sometimes help us with the testing. So we collect a lot of information, we put everything together, and if we see if we need to do some small changes. Otherwise, we start with the manufacturing process and we start making frames. This is how it works basically in all our bikes. Of course, mountain bike are a little bit more complicated than road bike, because when you have suspension linkage, there's also a lot of choices to make. Why you want to go that way, why you want to go that other way. The most common part on the market, it's to go light. Before, in the early stage of the mountain bike, back in the days, most of the companies, come out with totally different design, a bit crazy solutions, but makes very excited about mountain bike. Today's it's all about racing oriented, performance oriented. So every brand say this is the most high performance frame you can find in the market. So everybody's saying the same, and at the end, the final user, I understand it can be a little bit overwhelmed about the quantity of information. You have social media, you have magazine, you have races, you have racer, because when they are sponsorized, of course, they need to talk good things about the product. So it's hard to find the right choice, to find the right brand that can get what you need, what you want, or what you expect on a new bike. So the best way to do that, from a few years back, they start saying, put it on a scale and say, oh, see, this is 50 grams lighter than the previous version, this is the 50 grams lighter than the other competitor, wherever. And so it's going that way. Say if it's lighter, it's better. So also it's, from the final user, you get the chance to get the bike on the scale, take a picture and post on social media, on forums, and that's the best way to show off that you have your lighter bike. But this is not our philosophy. Beside the following one, that of course takes a good piece of cake on this part, we normally go our way. So of course it will be much lighter the frame if we go with bushing instead of bearings. See, these bearings are like 10 grams each, and there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's mean we are talking about 80 grams heavier compared to another frame with the bushing. But the thing is, with this system, before, the suspension system works better. And second, I don't want to say it lasts forever, but it lasts forever, because when you don't, the frame doesn't work properly anymore because you didn't get much maintenance or whatever, just swap the bearings with the new one and the frames go back to be like a new ones. But once it turns every axle on the real carbon fiber, after a while it gets to play and there's nothing you can do unless you do carbon repair and all this stuff. So this is not the route we want to go. We are really into performance of every bike we put out there on the market. We don't have differentiation. You know, many brands have, before it goes to aluminum frames, they'll maybe like 5 kind of different carbon fiber. We don't. We only have 2. So wherever, actually in this frame, in this case, actually we only have 1, for example. So if you buy the most basic frame, let's say basic configuration of the bike, or the most expensive, even if the entry level has the same frame that you can find on the top of the line. So this allowed you, especially on the mid trim, like let's say $5,000 frame bike, I want to say $5,000 bike, probably if you have 101, no matter which model, it's probably about, I don't know, 2 pounds lighter than any other brands out there, and it feels it. You feel the difference. It feels that this frame is the top of the line. It's not like, you know, something just to go there, be more like cheaper. This is built as the best way as possible, the best way we know, and so I think this is the way to go. This is our brand philosophy. That's why when a customer try the bike for the first time, always have positive notes, positive comments, because this is what we do. We are creating a high-end bicycle and think this is the best way to go. Besides, I think we are one of the brands that are prototyping and studying the product more before than actually start even with the manufacturing process. So all this part are the key feature of the bikes, but especially it's kind of the philosophy of the brand. So this is what makes the difference from us versus most of the brands of the market. So I hope you enjoy the review of this prototyping process. If you have any question, please comment down below. If you didn't do it yet, please hit that subscribe button. See you.